Hi, and welcome back. Vactrols are known for their warm and natural character. The OptoCore from Teia Synthesizers offers a Vactrol multimode filter as well as a Vactrol-based VCA with a lot of features and a wide sonic range in one module. Let's have a closer look. First, I'll go over the functions and features of the module. Then we'll dive into a series of patches with a separate section on pinging the filter. If you'd like to support this video series or you want to get access to the PDF sheets of the illustrations I use in this and many of my other videos, have a look at my Patreon. But now, let's dive right in. So the OptoCore holds a 12 dB multimode Vactrol filter and a Vactrol VCA in one module. The audio that you feed the input here, which comes with a level control, runs in parallel through both circuits and is mixed within the module using a crossfader that you can manually control with this knob. From VCA only to filter only and anything in between. After the input level control, there is a drive control here that works on both the filter and VCA. You can use it for anything from soft clipping to pretty heavy distortion. The large knob controls both the frequency cutoff of the filter as well as the amplification of the VCA. For the filter section, there's a resonance control here, which comes with its own CV input with bipolar attenuator, offering a lot of creative options. The character of the resonance is very related to a separate feedback setting here, going from a more creamy to a lovely dry screaming resonance. With this switch, you can set the filter mode, either to low pass, band pass, or high pass. What's very interesting is that you can invert the filter frequency with this switch, meaning the way the large knob controls the filter section is inverted. It doesn't invert the VCA though, so it offers unique new sound design options. There's also a control voltage input for the frequency and amp control. That input comes with its own bipolar attenuator. As a nice bonus, the strip here in the middle of the module acts as a touch strip and adds to the knob settings when you touch it. Finally, of course, there's an output for the module here, and a dedicated ping input for percussive sounds. I'll come back to that one in the chapter on pinging. Let's start with a few basic patches to get a good feeling for the sonic character of the module. In this patch, the OptoCore is fed a simple sine wave, so I can show you the range of drive and grid the OptoCore offers. A melodic sequencer is used to create a simple melody, and an envelope triggered by a faster multiplication of the clock coming from the sequencer is opening the filter. Here, the same sine wave oscillator with sequencer is used, but this time the triggered envelope is sent to a mixer and mixed with a free-running LFO. A second LFO is used to modulate the resonance of the OptoCore to create a nice automated range of sounds. So you can drive a simple waveform into distortion and add harmonics, but the module also responds really well to more complex waveforms. For this I use the fast wave, also from Teia Synthesizers, an analog oscillator with wave folding options. I made a video about this already if you'd like to learn more about it. In this patch, the fast wave is used instead of a clean sine, just with some modulation to the folding parameter called timbre, to fold the sine wave. Here is a similar setup, with an LFO following the sine wave on the fast wave, but this time a very snappy envelope is used, with a slight randomization to the decay, and again an LFO is slowly modulating the resonance amount. Here's the exact same patch, but in high pass mode. I'm personally attracted to the more distorted and gritty side of things, but the OptoCore can do very gentle as well. Here, two OptoCores without drive or high resonance are used to create two voices. One is made with a Teia fast wave, modulated by a smooth random voltage. The other by a steady wavetable oscillator. Each oscillator is sequenced with a sequencer, triggering an envelope modulating the frequency of the filters. A manual gate through an attenuator is used to transpose one of the sequences. To demonstrate a bit more of the filter modes, here is a simple drone voice with a single LFO modulating the timbre of the fast wave. This time there are two fluctuating random voltages modulating the frequency and resonance of the OptoCore to bring out some interesting dynamics. Like I said in the beginning, using the frequency invert switch opens up new interesting sound shaping options. Here are a few examples. In this setup, the OptoCore is used in low-pass mode with inverted frequency and set to a blend between VCA and filter. A sequencer is driving a simple saw wave oscillator, as well as an envelope that is mixed together with an LFO to modulate the frequency. A direct copy of the envelope is used to modulate the resonance amount as well. And a similar setup, this time in high-pass mode. A multiplication of the clock is used to trigger the envelope, creating a sort of slapback delay effect. That signal is mixed with a slow LFO, and again, a copy of the envelope is modulating the resonance. Here is a simple drone setup with the OptoCore in inverted bandpass mode. Again, the fast wave is used to create a slightly more complex waveform, but it isn't modulated at all, so you can focus on the sound of the OptoCore. Modulation comes from a mix of a plucky envelope triggered by a steady clock and a smooth random voltage. The random voltage is also modulating the frequency of an LFO, which is modulating the resonance amount on the OptoCore, creating a slowly changing soundscape. The ping input can be used to create those classic percussive Vactrol filter sounds. You can send a strong signal into the ping input, for example, a clock, gate or square wave LFO. When you do, the module sends a very short trigger to the audio input, regardless of the length of the incoming signal. This results in a short audible click. Of course, you can then filter that click, and when you crank up the resonance, you can bring out that classic ringing sound with the natural decay of Vactrols. Quick note, to get the most out of this, make sure to set a jumper on the back of the module to ping to CV. I'll explain in a second. Here, a simple square wave LFO is fed into the ping input. Without any resonance, you can hear the low-pass filter work on the short click. With the resonance fully open, you get a more wet percussive plug. With ping to CV on, you can now use the frequency attenuator to dial in the amount of modulation going from the ping to the filter. This results in short envelope-like pitch modulation. The resonance and feedback settings still influence the length and character of the sound. And so does the filter mode, of course. I really like the bandpass mode as well. I was very happy to find the ping input doesn't replace the audio and CV inputs, but rather adds the signal to it. That means you can use the ping input in more complex patches. Here, the OptoCore is used as a standalone percussion generator. A clock from a sequencer is used to send a steady gate into the ping input. I'm using a dual sequencer for this patch, but to make it clear in the chart, the second sequencer is visualized as well, driven by the same clock. One sequencer is used to modulate the frequency of the OptoCore, to set the pitch for each step. The other is sent to the resonance, influencing the decay of each step. Note that because Vactrols are used, the response to each step is not extremely tight, but you can create lovely patterns like this. You can create interesting organic patterns by using an LFO as a clock to ping the OptoCore, and add a random fluctuating voltage to control the speed of that LFO. A copy of the random voltage is used to modulate the filter, in this case increasing the pitch as the LFO speeds up. Finally, the signal is passed through a modulated delay. In this patch, again, the clock of a sequencer is used to ping the OptoCore and modulate the frequency, creating a percussive sequence. However, this time a free-running LFO is used to modulate the resonance slightly, creating unsynced variations. White noise is sent through a VCA and fed into the regular input of the OptoCore. In this case, a second sequencer, clocked by the first, is used to open the VCA and send different amounts of noise into the mix on each step. Finally, the master clock is sent to a divider, and the division is used to ping another OptoCore set up to create the kick. If you want to learn more about the Teia Fastwave, make sure to watch this video, or browse through my many modular videos in this playlist. Also, smash that like, subscribe and bell button if you want to see more modular content from me. But that's it for now. Thanks for watching and see you next time.